Hello and welcome back. It's time once again for the Golden Age of DC Comics 365 Days, where I take this well-loved hardcover coffee table book given to me by one of my best friends about 2 decades ago. It's been surfing my coffee table ever since, and it is a source of great comic book conversation, the kind we used to have back in the comic book shops. And that's what I'm looking to recreate here today with you right now. This is a 2004 Abrams publication. You can find the link to Amazon in the description so you can get your own copy if you'd like. Play along at home, and it makes a great gift, I know. This was written by and curated by Les Daniels, Chip Kidd, and Geoff Spear, and it's going to look great on your coffee table too. I take this book for its intended purpose. It is a 365 days book, so we crack the book open to today's date. It's July the 1st. Happy July. We read the blurb, we look at some comic book art, and then we talk about comic books. And we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very grateful and blessed that you're here with us right now. At the beginning of the program, I like to make what I call the escapism caveat. I want to remind you that escapism is very, very important and good for you. Activism is very important. It really is. It has its space and it has its place. The world needs help, and activism, is there for a reason. Yet it's encroached in all of our spaces, especially in fiction, in our movies, and in our sports. And you know what? Escapism is there for a reason. It's there so we can forget the world's problems just for a few moments, and we can come back to the world and get on with our lives and the world's problems. But if just for a few minutes we can crack open a book, turn on a movie, turn on some sports, go to a sporting event, and be caught up and swept away to a different place and forget about these world's problems. But the activists will try to bully you into thinking that it belongs everywhere. And I just don't accept that. I mean, it's not fun to be lectured all the time, and I'm not going to spend my money or my attention on that. I'm going to put my attention into some escapism where I can benefit from forgetting about my problems for a few moments. Be spirited away to a different place in a different time. Fight space aliens, sea pirates, motorcycle gangs, gangsters, and fantastic voyages. Be a different person. Have a lightsaber, something like that. But remember, escapism is important. It has its space and it has its place. But it does not have to be an active ingredient in everything. And don't let an activist bully you into thinking otherwise. Enjoy your escapism. Enjoy your fiction. With that said, we're going to crack the book open to today's date. It is July the 1st. Oh, and we have old friend Billy Batson. Not Captain Marvel today, but spotlight on the kid, Billy Batson. It is art by C.C. Beck from the cover of Captain Marvel Adventures number 2, the summer of 1941. And just remember, World War II America has not entered World War II yet. World War II is going on over in Europe. But here we have Billy Batson punching a Nazi, a real Nazi, a murdering Nazi, a German soldier representing the National Socialist government of Germany of that time, from the mid 1930s until 1945. Those real literal Nazis, not someone you disagree with on Twitter. It's been watered down so much that anyone who disagrees with you is a Nazi. No, don't. No, you don't have to accept that. But here we have Billy Batson, the boy, not powered up, not using his magic word, but slugging a Nazi soldier. Now let's read the blurb and get to it. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Seriously, I really do. And this is the power of escapism, you know? But let's get to it. The basic attraction of the Captain Marvel character, by general consensus, was the idea that a small boy could be supernaturally transformed into an invulnerable superhero by pronouncing the magic word Shazam! Billy Batson could summon Captain Marvel to fight battles for him. Therefore, this cover, which shows Billy battling a Nazi soldier single-handedly, is something of an anomaly. Captain Marvel looks on approvingly in the background as an ordinary citizen proves equal to the task of fighting evil. And Billy has an emblem on his sweater, as if he has become a superhero himself. Comics were progressive as far as World War II was concerned, and this image appeared months before America entered the conflict. Let's look at it again. So yeah, there's a BB in the iconic color combinations of red and gold on Billy's sweater there. Superhero-like, you know? This would actually, it looks like a little later on, maybe 20 years from that, maybe 30 years, Daredevil, the Marvel character, the protector of Hell's Kitchen, has a DD that's quite similar to this on his chest emblem as well. But we were just talking about escapism versus activism. Now this, I would consider the portrayals of Nazis or Japanese soldiers in World War II activism. This would be quite literally war propaganda. And, well, because there was a war going on. And there was actually, and years after, only a few years after this, after Germany was defeated, we would find out about the horrors of what was going on behind enemy lines and what the Germans were actually doing, and especially in regards to the Jewish people, Nazi people, and the homosexual people, and the literal evil and the literal genocide that was being attempted on that side of the world. And so, I mean, going back to like activism having its space and place, it's very important that something like that never happens again. And it's going to take awareness to be on top of that, to be like, you know, hey, we need to have some moral fiber, and we need to be able to have some resolve and not allow that to ever happen again, especially because of technology, the mechanization of our lives, and how that technology can be employed to cause great suffering. And so yeah, so I would not consider this activism, having, you know, superheroes beating up Nazis or Japanese soldiers during World War II wartime. That's quite literally wartime propaganda. And so yeah, this would be wartime propaganda. Let's just look at it one more time. I wonder if this image would, if my humble episode here today is going to get banned in Germany, because we can see there is the Nazi swastika on the side of the German soldier's helmet, which is illegal to show in Germany. Yeah, it really is. And but we're going to talk about Billy Batson just for a second. He first appeared in Fawcett Comics and in Whiz Comics number 2. It was cover dated February of 1940. And Shazam is an acronym of 6 immortal elders: Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. And so when Billy says his magic word, he's transformed from the child into the huge muscular superhero with invulnerable powers, and he can fly, and it is a power fantasy. Yeah, and his rogues gallery include the Monster Society of Evil, who in their ranks have Dr. Savannah, Black Adam, Yeah, he's got his movies coming out this pretty soon. And Mr. Mind. Billy often shares his powers with other children, primarily his sister Mary Batson and their best friend, foster brother, Freddie Freeman. And they can also transform to superheroes, fight crime as the Marvel family, also known as the Shazam family. Captain Marvel even outsold Superman in the early 40s. He had movie serials, Republic Pictures movie serials, The Adventures of Captain Marvel, and Fawcett ceased publishing Captain Marvel related comics in 1953 because of a copyright infringement suit from DC Comics, alleging that Captain Marvel was a copy of Superman. In 1972, Fawcett licensed the character rights to DC, and by 1991, DC had bought the rights to the entire family of characters in the Fawcett catalog. And DC has since integrated Captain Marvel and the Marvel family into their DC universe. That's why Fawcett Comics are part of the golden age of DC Comics. And we've been talking about the golden age of DC Comics 365 days. We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. Like and subscribe if you could be so kind. Turn on those notifications. We make daily content here. We talk about cooking. I'm a professional chef. I share with you my hacks. I'm an ordained minister, a spiritual person, an amateur theologian. We get spiritual here. Hashtag lighten up. It's about enlightenment and how a little bit of spirituality can go a long way in your daily life. I also take pictures, I take videos, little shorts of bunnies eating their breakfast first thing in the morning. It's so cute. I love these little nature moments, and I love sharing them with you. I kind of get my inner Bob Ross voice on and try to, share some love, in this world that we need, to take care of. So we need to have a balance between activism and escapism. So, let's escape a little bit, and let's have a moment or two to appreciate things and to forget about the world's worries. And thank you so very much for tuning in. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in the Funny Pages. Okay? Cheers, and you have a great day. Thanks.